Hello, and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa, and I live in Michigan with my husband and my two girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 74. Got my coffee with pumpkin spice creamer and my Scrappy Sunday mug. And today is Sunday, October 11th, 2020. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, sometimes cross-stitch, whatever crafty thing I am up to. If you are new, welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. You can find all the show notes right down there. I'll have links to my Instagram, my Ravelry group, patterns, bags, bag shops, yarn shops, all that good stuff right down there. All right, I have finished objects and works in progress and some stash enhancements. And what else? Oh, my September stash stats. I don't know if I'm going to keep up with that. I'm looking at it and I'm like, am I marking down the stuff that I'm buying? A lot of the stuff that I have bought, it hasn't arrived yet, and I don't usually mark it until I get it in my possession. So I feel like numbers are off, but I'll probably just keep going and we'll see. All right, let's get started with finished objects. Socks, of course. Oh, I love these. I've decided I'm keeping these. My mom said, she's like, yeah, I like those, but I have some yarn in my stash enhancements section that I'm going to make socks for her, so. This is West Yorkshire Spinners in the Robin colorway. Oh, I love these. So those are for me. And another pair. I was so close. I was like this close to having a third pair done. So close, but I got sidetracked. So it's alright. These are KnitPicks Felici in the Sally colorway. I bought this in summer 2019. So this is an old colorway. The heels are in KnitPicks Stroll Dove Heather. So these are going in my Halloween box of socks. Usually October is like hit and miss with wearing my hand knit socks. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's still too hot, so I don't have as many Halloween socks as I do Christmas socks, but I still wear them. All right, that is all my socks. Finished objects. I got one more. My hat. Oh, I love this. This is probably my favorite. My favorite hat. I did a folded brim. This is Kirby Wirby's. It was a sock set. And it was Old Farm Witches. Yep, Old Farm Witches. And the mini was Nom Nom for Us, David. This is a inspired yarn from a TV show called S Creek. I know it's not a swear word, but it sounds like one, so we're just gonna go with that. And yeah, I did it's a sockhead slouch hat. I used the numbers from that pattern, and then I just did a folded brim instead of a 2x2 rib. I just did a regular cast on. I believe it was 144 stitches. That's a medium. I think I did the medium. So I did a regular long tail cast on. I knit, I think, 30 rows 3 inches or 30 rows. And then I did a purl row. I don't know if you can see that. I did a purl row in the same brown color here. And then I switched colors. And then I knit 3 inches, 30 rows. And I knit them together. And then I just knit, knit, knit. This is my favorite head ever. Kind of messed up since I had to change the color, so it's kind of did this. I'm like, oh, I think I pulled it too tight or something. But I'm like, whatever. So there's a little blip in it. I don't know if that's because I used 2 different colors. Oh, that's nice. Or, because I never had that problem with my other hats, because I used all one color, but, oh, yes. I think this is the first time I'm trying this hat on. Oh, yeah. So I got this idea from Amy Beth of the Fat Squirrel Speaks. She made a similar hat. I think she did the Midas hat pattern. I just like the sock head slouch hat with the weight of yarn and the needle size. I think the Midas hat you use a little bit bigger needle and then you increase. I didn't do any increasing. I just used the numbers. But yes, I love it. It is my favorite hat. If it ever gets cold again, I will wear it. It got cold here. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope, we're not done yet. And it was like high 70s, almost 80s. Like low 80s for like 3 days last week. So I'm like, oh, I got all my hand knits out and then I had to put them all back. No fair. My hair's doing some weird stuff. So yeah, that's all my finished objects. I don't remember not the pattern, my needle size. I know I used Addi's. I think it was a US 2 for this hat. But, oh, yes. So you can knit self-striping with the sockhead hat. And since this isn't like, wow, bright and in your face, I don't mind wearing this on my head. But I would like some socks with it, but another day. I don't have enough to make socks. Maybe shorties, but I don't know. We'll see. Alright, that is my finished objects. Now let's go on to whips. I brought out my Christmas bag. This is stitching the high notes. This is my Christmas sloths. And it's got that ugly green. I love it. So these are a gift. My friend Amy sent me some yarn and I said, yes, I would make socks for you. This is mustache yarn. The elfed sock. I believe this one was 100 grams. Yeah, this was 100 gram skein. And I thought this was a mini. This is not a mini. This is a pretty big mini. This is a half skein, which is 50 grams, and the Holly Jolly. So there is a lot left over. And oh, look, I just need heels. I love these so much. I want to keep them, but I won't. So yeah, I knit these on Chiaogoo's 2.5 millimeter needles, 64 stitches. I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib, and yeah, toes. Oh, I just love these so much. if this yarn comes back in Mustache Yarn Shop, I'm getting some. Yes, I am. So yeah, this is, I almost had 3 pairs done. So close. Alright, that is whip number 1. Here's whip number 2. This is Bags by Awesome Granny. My little yarn bombing trees and such. And now we're moving on to Halloween. That's funny. Halloween and Christmas socks. Alright. And these are scrappy Halloween socks. These are markers for counting my rows. 10 rows per marker. I do the magic loop. 64 stitches. Chiaogoo's 2.5mm needles. And yes, I gotta weave in all of my ends. Doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. And this is a, I don't know, I have these in an orientation that I need to keep them in. I'm gonna kinda, these were Yarn Cafe Creations. It's a Halloween mini set. Do I have her little card in here? Yep, I do. It doesn't have, it was her Halloween set. I don't know if she still has them in her shop, but so yeah. And I'm gonna do heels in Patton's Gray, this dark gray color. So yep, this is what I got. If I didn't start these, I would have had those Christmas socks done, but sidetrack. I have to have more than one pair of socks on the needles anyway, right? Alright, that is that whip. And one, nope, not one last step. This is my 3rd whip. This is Freckled Whimsy Bag. Oops, I gotta put my stitch markers back here. I'm gonna need those later. Alright, this is the one that's making me a little nervous. You probably remember this yarn. This is Lolo Did It. And the BBSLN colorway, which is a Walking Dead reference. Did you guys watch Walking Dead? Kind of bummed that it's like, here's an episode, and then that's it. I mean, this is usually when the new season starts, but since Corona kind of kiboshed that. So, yeah, it was like, here's an episode, and now it's done. Because they didn't finish editing the last episode before this all started. So, yeah, that was a bummer, but that's okay. Who knows when it's going to come back? I think they have one more season, but it might be a while. Okay, back to knitting. I'm making my oldest, Chloe, a hat because she said she liked the color. And I did the same. This is the Sockhead Slouch hat numbers. I did the teen size. I did a folded brim, but I only did 2 inches instead of 3 inches. Because she didn't really need the 3-inch. I'm not making it super slouchy because I don't know if I have enough yarn. This is what I got left. Am I being paranoid? Let's weigh it. Kind of like, I don't know if I want to weigh it because I have no idea how much is in here. Let's just weigh it. 12 grams left. I don't remember. I think it's like 4.5 inches. So what I might do is, I have some options. I was gonna knit. I wanted to knit to 6 inches and then do the decrease. So So I could knit to 6 inches, do the decrease, but do like a rapid decrease and not do, this pattern has knit 2 rows, decrease row, knit 2 rows, decrease. I might just decrease every row. I could do that, or I could stop at 5 inches and then do the normal decrease. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I got 12 grams left. Is that going to be enough? I don't like playing yarn chicken. So that's where I'm at with that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. She doesn't want it super slouchy anyway, so that's a plus. I got my Simply Serving a pumpkin on there. So that's where I am with that. This will probably be done. It probably should have been done, but I was like, I don't want to play yarn chicken. I put it away. This is making me nervous. I'm not going to work on it. All right. One more whip, and my foot's falling asleep. So I need to rearrange myself. Oh, ouch. I'm gonna show my blanket. I wasn't gonna show it because it's like, yeah, it's a blanket, Lisa. We've seen it bajillions of times. I put little stitch markers on the ones that I complete in a month. So I have orange ones for October. And I think I have 13 so far for this month. I have 7 more, and I'll finish another row. This is the Coziest Memories by Kemper Ray. Yeah, I didn't even write this down as a whip because I didn't think I was going to show it. Do I have my needles up here? Where did I put my needles? Oh, there they are. I don't want to lose these. Using my signature needles. 2.75 millimeter. These are the midi ones, which is in between blunt and stiletto. I poke my finger, or I push with my finger, so we don't want sharp needles. So yeah, I'm doing, the only modification I did was 20 rows by 20 rows, or 20 rows, 20 stitches by 20 stitches. Decrease is the same, needles the same. I just did 20 by 20. I think the pattern said 23 by 23. I don't know. But yep, here's my blanket. After I put these 7 squares in, I will have 200 squares. I feel like I made it way too wide. It's 25 squares long. Oh well, that's just going to be a ginormous blanket. Nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. These right here are the Halloween minis that I'm making my scrappy socks out of. From here to here. So I already put squares in my blanket. So those are 20 gram minis. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have leftovers. Alright, that is all my whips. All of my whips. I'm going to kind of fold this. Whoops. Sorry about that noise. Alright. And before I get into my stash stats and my stash acquisitions, we're going to talk about the some of my KALs that I have going in my Ravelry group. I have one, the Scrappy Blanket KAL. Scrappy Blanket KAL 2020. You'll find all the rules in my Ravelry group. The hashtag's in there. All you have to do is make a blanket or work on your blanket. You don't even have to finish it. Knit or crochet, any pattern, any weight of yarn. Yeah, that's it. Just work on your blankets. Post pictures. There will not be a finished object thread. I'm just drawing winners from the chatter thread. And my other make-along, this one's a make-along, just started October 1st. It started, and it ends December 31st. And this is the stocking stuffer's mail. I got my little sticky note because I don't edit and put stuff on the screen, so we'll just do that. Stocking stuffer's mail. You can use that hashtag over on Instagram to share your pictures. And this one is just to make stuff to fit in a stocking. If it fits in a stocking, it counts. It could be hats, mittens, coasters, dishcloths, scrubbies, ornaments, cross-stitch ornaments, socks. I am counting socks. You can put socks in a stocking. Socks in a socks, right? Oh, I gotta move again. Oh, ouch. Yes. Oh, also that I have a chatter thread and a finish object thread. I forgot to put the finish object thread in there. A few people reminded me. I'm sorry. I started my chatter thread and I'm like, okay, I'll put my FO thread in a couple days. Well, a week went by and I'm like, oops. So they're both up there. In the chatter thread, I will be back this up. Just give me a second. So Boston Jen contacted me and she is giving away 5 of her patterns. So that's exciting. I will do pattern giveaways, pattern prizes for the chatter thread only. The FO thread I will have, I think I showed it in my last episode. I have a bag and some stitch markers, progress keepers. I have to figure out some yarn for that. But the pattern prizes will be for just the chatter thread. So go ahead and chatter away and put your finished objects in there. You can have, if you finish more than one hat, you can go ahead and put that in 2 separate entries if you want. Just let's not go crazy with 500 dishcloths or scrubbies. I don't know how to police that. We're just gonna hope that, just use your best judgment. You can have more than one entry, just not 500 dish scrubbies. Okay? Alright, I think that is it for that mail. You can do any craft, crochet, knit, cross stitch, weave, sew, anything you want. Just as long as it fits in a stocking. And no whips. Because these are small projects and you have about 3 months to finish something. So that's plenty of time. Alright, that is it for my make-alongs. They're over in my Ravelry group if you want to learn more about the rules. Or if you have any questions, go ahead and put them down there. Or you can contact me on Ravelry. And my username is 72 Stitches, if you didn't catch that in the beginning. Alright, stash stats for September. I did alright. I think I did alright because I've bought a lot of stuff, but it hasn't arrived to my house yet. So it looks like I did good, but we'll see. So in my stash, I got to 101. I got into the hundreds again. Bummer. I used 7 skeins. I added 4. So that means my total, 98. Look, I already used 4 this month. Go me. But sadly, all of my whips that I showed you today will not count because one is leftovers. My hat, the hat for my daughter, is leftovers. The mini skeins don't count because these just counts full skeins. And the Christmas socks were not mine, so they don't count. That's okay. And I broke it down into groups of what I have. Patents Crochet 16, KnitPicks Fleechy 32, Indie Dyed 34. What is that? Red Heart. I can't read backwards. And West Yorkshire Spinners 6. And look, I have some Regia 3. I have never used Regia. And I know I bought some West Yorkshire Spinners. I bought 2 more of those this week, so I'm going to be adding 2 more. So it might be a used for, added for, so it might be a wash. Alright, so that's my stash. Stats. Okay, now we're going to get a sip of coffee and we're going to go on to, I don't know why I'm showing this stuff. Feeling like a, what do they call it, a wool pig. September has been a stressful month trying to get, my kids are doing online schooling and just trying to get into a rhythm of that and a schedule, and it's an adjustment period and it stressed me out, so I purchased some things. This is Dragon Horde yarn. I've never had her yarn. There's no color names on these and I don't remember which set I bought. Yeah, the color name set is not on here, but they're purples and greens. I will probably put these in my blanket and then I will add them to my scrappy pile for socks. And here is my West Yorkshire Spinners. Can you see the sparkle in that? Oh my, sparkle. So this is the new colorway for Christmas. They come out with a new Christmas color. This is this year's. It is called Silent Night. These are the ones that I think I'm going to make my mom for Christmas. She loves blue, but I don't know about the sparkly. Does she like sparkly? If she doesn't, I'll make them for me. And this one was, last year's Christmas color was this one, Robin. I think this one was the year before. So that would be what? 2018 color? But it didn't have sparkle in it. They put sparkle in it this time. And this is Fairy Lights Sparkle. These are mine. I don't know if I'm going to cast them on like a Christmas Eve cast on. I don't know, December's kind of up in the air with knitting. I'm probably just going to knit on my blanket, and my Cozy Knitter Advent Skein, and maybe my Kirby Wirby Advent Skein, though it's not Christmas. So I'm probably not going to be knitting a lot of socks in December. Probably not going to have, I don't know. We'll wait and see. So, yay! And then I'll show you my Regia. I feel all fancy. Here's my Regia. Never have knit with Regia. I found this on an Etsy website. Do these have names on it? Probably just numbers. Yep, just numbers. Color 03653. My mom might like these ones. I don't know yet. She probably would like these ones. These ones are mine. This one is 03657. Or is it 807? I don't know. This is the Arnie and Carlos. I think these are old ones. So I was very happy to be able to get this. And 03655. I might save this one and do Denise of the Earth Tones girl. She does the Falling Leaves sock KAL every year. I think I might save this for next year. I don't know. We'll see. So that is it. I need to stop buying yarn. I need to stop. But I did buy a yarn yesterday. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I have to be done. My husband's going to start saying, hey, you got enough yarn? Need to stop buying yarn. I purchased a Kirby Wirby skein. She had a pre-order up for, I don't remember what the colorway name is. Wasn't her Advent one. It was the one with the 20 different color stripes, and it was a rainbow, and it had a gray in between. Oh, it spoke to me. I needed it. I've seen it many, many times, and I'm like, I have to get it. And I've worked with her yarn before, and I love it. And I will be making socks with those. But I think the pre-order, it's like a 6 to 8 week pre-order. I'm like, wassa. Which is fine. I have lots of yarn. It's going to be one of those yarns that it's going to come to my house and I'll be like, what's that? Oh, I remembered that. You guys ever done that before? Order yarn and it comes to your doorstep and you're like, what is that? That is a sign that I've been buying too much. Alright. Life stuff. Real fast. Not a whole lot going on. Just kids doing their online schooling. Yeah. Reading has kind of been meh. I'm in a reading funk. Nothing sounds good. I finished the Lord of the Rings first book. But it's mostly audio podcasts. The ones I've mentioned before. There's a couple NPR ones that I listen to. My Favorite Murder and Hello from the Magic Tavern. Pretty much all caught up with those, so now I'm going to have to go back and read something. Find something that's good. I don't know yet. What else? I don't know. I really don't have anything else. I can show you my new Hamilton shirt. It's the same thing as the other one, just different print. Eat, sleep, Hamilton, repeat. And it's like huge. I bought it I think I bought it XL. Yeah, I love my hooded sweatshirts, big and cozy. The weather, it's starting to cool down again. I think today's like the high is 66, I think, and then it's going to be like struggling to hit 50s so I can get my hand knit socks out again. We're going to go to the library today after lunch. And yeah. I think that's it. I don't really have anything else. So I guess I'll end it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. Oh, I guess I can show you. You're probably going to notice in the background, you see that? I finally hooped it, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I gotta back up. I showed this before on the podcast. I just finally put it in a hoop. Quarantine 2020. Hamsters with toilet paper. Coronavirus. Bats. I don't know. Bunnies playing trumpets. So, yep. I finally put that in a hoop. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. So right here, it's going to probably hang out. Hang out right here. So I'll show that in case people ask what that is. All right, I guess I will end it here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share if you feel the need to share. If you have any comments or questions, you can put them right down there right down there. I will read them. And hopefully I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.